Hello, beautiful friends. Welcome back to 365 Days of Love and Miracles with A Course in Miracles. My name is Arlene Geres, and I am so glad that you are here. Please remember to listen right until the very end, because we have a special treat for you. And if you enjoyed today's video, please click like and subscribe down below, because this helps others to find us on YouTube. Today's lesson is lesson number 94. I am as God created me. This is one of my very favorite lessons in the course. I am as God created me. This means that I am exactly the way that I am supposed to be. I am as God created me. Let's read today's lesson. Today, we continue with the one idea which brings complete salvation, the one statement which makes all forms of temptation powerless, the one thought which renders the ego silent and entirely undone. You are as God created you. The sounds of this world are still, the sights of this world disappear, and all the thoughts that this world ever held are wiped away forever by this one idea. Here is salvation accomplished. Here is sanity restored. Let's talk about it. This is one of the underlying foundational principles of A Course in Miracles, and it will be repeated throughout the workbook lessons. I am as God created me, and so are you. That means that God created us to be exactly the way that we are. Let's keep reading. True light is strength, and strength is sinlessness. If you remain as God created you, you must be strong and light must be in you. He who ensured your sinlessness must be the guarantee of strength and light as well. You are as God created you. Darkness cannot obscure the glory of God's Son. You stand in light, strong in the sinlessness in which you were created and which you will remain throughout eternity. Let's talk about it. This is the truth of who we are. True light is strength. That is the light that shines out from each one of us when we wipe away the mud and dirt that came from all of the lies that we believed in our childhood, and then in our adulthood we started to pile on more mud. This is our chance to take it all off. Go have a shower. Recognize that light and strength are our natural inheritance, our natural state of being. We have absolutely nothing to fear. If you remain as God created you, you must be strong, and light is in you. Darkness cannot obscure the glory of you and the glory of me. That darkness is all those old lies, all those old stories, all that mud. Those of us who were raised in the church grew up believing that we were sinful and that we needed to be saved. Yes, we do need to be saved. But all we need to be saved from is our thoughts that we are sinful. We were created by God. Goodness and light and perfection and strength. That's the truth of who we are. Let's keep reading. Today, we will again devote the first 5 minutes of each waking hour to the attempt to feel the truth in you. Begin these times of searching with these words. I am as God created me. I am His Son eternally. Now try to reach the Son of God in you. This is the self that never sinned, nor made an image to replace reality. This is the self that never left his home in God to walk the world uncertainly. This is the self that knows no fear, nor could conceive of loss or suffering or death. Let's talk about it. This is our true self that never sinned. That was all a lie. Yes, we made mistakes, but that did not change the essential truth of our very being as perfect children of God. We never left our home in God. We have been with God even before we were born. God created us. Isn't that a wonderful feeling? Just to embrace that idea. When we recognize that we have never left our home in God, there is no fear. Fear does not exist. We couldn't even imagine loss or death because we are eternal spirit. We've never left our home in God. We want to spend 5 minutes each hour. If we can't do 5 minutes, that's okay. Just returning to this thought, I am as God created me, will be powerful. Let's keep reading. Nothing is required of you to reach this goal except to lay all idols and self-images aside, go past the list of attributes, both good and bad, you have ascribed to yourself, and wait in silent expectancy for the truth. God has himself promised that it will be revealed to all who ask for it. You are asking now. You cannot fail because he cannot fail. Let's talk about it. We can do two lists. What are my good attributes as I see them? What are my bad attributes as I see them? But once again, they are meaningless. That does not define me. What defines me is I am as God created me. I am a beautiful, beloved child of God, and so are you. If I ask to see myself this way, to accept this truth about myself, I cannot fail. It will be given to me, but I need to ask. Let's keep reading. If you do not meet the requirement of practicing for the first 5 minutes of every hour, at least remind yourself hourly, I am as God created me. I am his son eternally. Tell yourself frequently today that you are as God created you, and be sure to respond to anyone who seems to irritate you with these words. You are as God created you. You are his son eternally. Make every effort to do the hourly exercises today. Each one you do will be a giant stride toward your release and a milestone in learning the thought system which this course sets forth. Let's talk about it. It is important to recognize that this is our third giant stride in the course. We want to pay attention to these giant strides because this indicates to us that if we take this practice seriously, we are going to make great progress in our learning. When I have any kind of problem, usually it's with my husband, because that's who I spend the most time with. He is my greatest teacher, and I recognize and appreciate that. When I say this, you are as God created you, you are God's child eternally, then I can't stay mad at him. I have said the prayer many times, Dear God, please help me to see my husband through your eyes. When I do that, oh my gosh, I just want to fall at his feet. I just love him so much because I recognize that he is a piece of God. And here's the exciting news. When I treat him that way, he just flourishes as well. Even though he is not studying the course, he studies it through me. He sees how it's changed me, and in changing me, it has also changed him. I know that he sees himself as God created him. He is God's beloved child. It is so important to recognize that this is our third giant stride in the course. We want to pay attention to these giant strides because this indicates to us that if we take this practice seriously, we are going to make great progress in our learning. Let's keep reading. Make every effort to do the hourly exercises today. Each one you do will be a giant stride toward your release and a milestone in learning the thought system which this course sets forth. Thanks so much for listening right until the end, my friends. If you enjoyed today's video, please share the love. Tell someone about these videos. Encourage them to start at lesson 1 and only do 1 lesson a day. Are you ready for our special treat? So here we are out paddling on the bay, and we think we see a fish net way off in the distance with we can't quite figure out what might be caught in the nets. Maybe it's birds, maybe it's dolphins, and then we get closer and it's swimmers. How cool is this? Look at them out here swimming a long distance with floats attached to them. 3, 4, 5, 6 swimmers. Away they go. I am as God created me. Have a day of appreciating yourself exactly the way you are, my friends. I love you.